Hello, everyone, and welcome to our monthly MBH Board Chat with me, your host, Lisa Maynard-Atem. Today, I'm delighted to welcome fellow board member Vicky Smith to our board chat. Hi, Vicky, how are you?
Hi, Lisa. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. I wish it was a bit sunnier here, but other than that, I'm doing really, really well.
Oh, good.
Anyway, you are obviously on the MBH board as executive director. So, for the benefit of the MBH community, can you firstly tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit more about what you do within MBH?
Yeah, of course. So, as you've already said, I'm Vicky, and I am the principal of Samuel Hobson House. So, Samuel Hobson House is a care home based in Staffordshire. We came into MBH just prior to the COVID pandemic, so not great timing. But to have that network of people whilst we were going through the pandemic, within MBH, it was invaluable. So I've been with Samuel Hobson House since 2011, so a long, long time now. I'm the managing director of Samuel Hobson House, and since May 2022, I also sit on the board of directors for MBH.
Fantastic, fantastic. So in terms of my next question, you have been heading up the work that MBH has been doing around ESG, which has seen the recent release of our amazing ESG report. How have you found working on that report?
Yeah, so it was really, I mean, prior to working on the report and becoming part of the sustainability team, I'll be really honest with you, Lisa, I didn't fully understand it. I knew about the global goals, I knew, you know what I mean? I knew
Yeah.
bits and I knew that climate change was, all that was important. But until I actually become part of the sustainability team, it's given me a real drive now,
Yeah.
to mean to want to do better for everything. So I found it really, really interesting. I've had to do a lot of research. I've had to ask a lot of questions because it's so vast, isn't it? But being part of the ESG team for me, it's been a great way for me to develop, upskill my knowledge and skills on sustainability. I've enjoyed working on the report, and what I've particularly enjoyed is reading the case studies. So I've been asking all the companies within MBH for different case studies regarding the different goals, and that's been really interesting just to see what the all different companies, because we're all from different sectors and everything.
Yeah.
So just to see them come together and read them, it was really quite empowering to read, and just amazing on how they're all contributing.
Oh, fantastic. That's really great. So then in terms of the report, how has that been received by the MBH the community, companies, investors, and so forth?
Yeah, so the report was sent out 11 days ago, so still early days.
Yeah.
But from what I'm hearing so we had a principals meeting this morning, and they were like really pleased with it. They looked through it and thought it looks absolutely great. And now we're going to try and define on how the different companies with MBH can use that report to
Right.
support them with everything. In terms of investors, I've spoke to Vicky Sylvester, our CEO, and she says that it's been received really well. Yeah, I think it's something that we're all proud of.
Yeah.
It's taken a lot of work, because I know you've done your bit in it as well, Lisa, haven't you? And it's been a
Yeah.
lot of work, hasn't it? But to see the end product, it's just really good.
Yeah, it is to see the end product and to kind of be on that journey in terms of having an impact, I think
Yeah,
is fantastic. So no, I think it's been great.
yeah.
What would you say are some of the key takeaways?
Yeah, so I think the strength of MBH, of us all as different companies within MBH. So we've got a network of people, as I previously mentioned, across different sectors. So we all support each other in our own ESG journeys in order to become more sustainable businesses. And I think we're all committed to the ESG ambition. So we're all aligned. We all want the same.
Oh, that's amazing. Which leads nicely into my next question, which is what is the ultimate goal for MBH from an ESG perspective?
So, from an ESG perspective, obviously MBH is fully aware of the responsibilities that we have to our people and the planet. The strategy that we've got in place, it allows us to actively measure our impact of what
Yeah.
we're doing. Um, But not only are we focusing on scope 1 and 2, we've also got to focus on scope 3 as well. So we set targets, we set actions, and drive everything we've got to achieve them. So our action set currently, that's all available on our ESG report. So I'm not going to bore you and go through all the actions. There's just too many, you know what I mean? But I think it's great that like we have hit some actions from last year, you know what I mean? So 50% female on the board. I mean, that is something that we've ticked off now, which is amazing. So the major ones that we're looking at are the UN SDG, the number 8, so decent work and economic growth, 10, reducing inequalities, and 13, climate action. So like I've said, they can all be found on the website and everything. But not only are we just focusing on them, we are working towards other goals. So like, for example, in Samuel Hobson House, we're looking at good health and well-being. And then I know other companies such as Acacia, they're looking at no poverty as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It is really great work that I think that you're kind of heading up. So now I think it's absolutely brilliant. In your opinion, why do you think it's important for companies to embrace ESG?
Well, I mean, I was thinking about this. I mean, with what's going on at Europe at the minute, you know what I mean? That is, I feel, a massive because of climate change.
Yeah.
But I think we all need to be making changes to limit the effects of climate change. And as for businesses, it's important for them to be accountable for ESG and what they're doing. The world, as we know, it's facing a number of environmental challenges at the minute, and they can't go unaddressed. They need to be addressed urgently. Like I've said, with the heat waves in Europe that they're facing at the minute and beyond, I mean, it's just devastating. You've got the wildfires, they're affecting people's lives, they're affecting their homes, and also wildlife as well. Yeah. And I think if businesses don't act now, then it could make it difficult for them businesses to survive. So, for example, with these wildfires, it could damage crops and everything. And so it is so important. Yeah,
it really is. And leads me into my very final question for you. So what has it been like being on the MBH board? What has it done for you and your role within the group? And what advice would you give to women who are wanting to join boards themselves?
Yeah, so I joined the board of MBH May last year, 2022. And I will just share a really embarrassing story, if that's okay, if you don't mind.
That's fine. Don't mind at all.
My first ever board meeting, I was so nervous, but I was so prepared. I got my laptop ready, everything. The only problem was it went into my calendar an hour later than the actual board meeting was. So rather than turning up at 8 a.m., I rocked up at 9 a.m. for the board meeting that had been going on for an hour. So that was, ultimate fail. I felt mortified, but it was fine. It was fine. So when I first joined the board, it was an exciting but like a daunting prospect at the time. And I was thinking, what have I got to bring? I manage a care home, you know what I mean? And it has taken me time to sort of like find my way in the board, because there's a lot of information and there's a lot of learning that you need to do. So I think at the start, it's very much listening to others, because there's such a wealth of knowledge on the board. And we're such a diverse board, which I think it's amazing. And you can learn off everybody in there. So personally, for me, it's allowed me to grow and develop as a person. Mm-hmm. I think my confidence is more now. I feel able to have like these conversations like with yourself and be quite confident to have them. And also I think finding my path within the board. So the ESG, the modern slavery and the GDPR, so supporting with them. And the second part of your question, to any female that's looking to join a board, just do it. You know what I mean? Just do it, because you will learn such a lot. and your contributions are needed on a board.
Yeah.
They are needed. So like a female's perspective, it's needed as well.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I totally agree with you in terms of what you were saying at first joining the board, because I joined as a board apprentice. So for me, it was very, very nerve-wracking because I'd never done it before. I wasn't quite sure what to expect. And like you, it took me some time to really find my place and really understand what can I contribute, what can I bring to the group. But no, I totally hear what you're saying. But yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I agree with you. Any women out there who are wanting to join boards, just go for it. Just do it. I'm sure you'll bring a wealth of experience and knowledge to the table. But that's it for our chat today, Vicky. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you to everybody for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and we will see you soon. Bye, Vicky.
Bye.
Find out more today at mbhcorporation.com.